What's going on, everybody? Mike here with iSMELL. Hope this video is finding everybody well, that y'all are smelling good and feeling great. First things first, I want to send a special shout out to every single person who has ever subscribed to this channel. As of last week, my birthday to be specific, we cracked past through our first 1,000 subs. Celebrations are in order. From the bottom of my heart, I really do appreciate it. Just know I am going to be cooking up a special giveaway very soon, a worldwide giveaway, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But I'm not going to ramble too long. I'm going to get into the meat and potatoes of this review, and what we're going to be doing is a full and in-depth review for a fragrance that has been on my radar now for a little over a year. I have had this fragrance now for about a month, and with summer closely approaching, I am ready to now talk about it. This one comes from the car manufacturer Bentley, and the name of this fragrance is called Bentley Silverlake. We have a ton of information to get through in this review. I'll see y'all on the other side of the intro. Bentley Silverlake was launched in 2020, so although it has been out a couple of years, I would still classify this as a relatively new release. The nose behind this fragrance is going to be up-and-coming perfumer Annie Ayo, which I'll be honest, I did not know too much about her, but while doing the prep for this video, I did come to learn that she has produced fragrances for a number of houses. Some of those houses are going to include Issey Miyake, Kenzo, Lacoste, Givenchy, Lalique, as well as obviously Bentley. The house that's going to be most relative to this review is going to be the designer house of Giorgio Armani, as many people think that Bentley Silverlake is strikingly similar to a now discontinued fragrance from Acqua di Gio called Acqua di Gio Essenza. Mind you, Acqua di Gio Essenza runs you around $250, whereas a full-size bottle of Silverlake is only going to cost you on the low end at around $40 and on the high end around $70 or $80. I do want to let you know that I did purchase a decant of Essenza, and I will be comparing the two towards the end of the review. I will also be giving away a free 5 milliliter decant of Silverlake to one of my subscribers, so by all means feel free to stick around until the end of the video. In the spirit of this being a full and in-depth review, I will try to quickly run through this presentation. Personally, I keep all of my boxes not only for review purposes, but it helps to retain the resale value of the fragrance itself. The box is going to be fairly straightforward. You're going to have the Bentley name and logo right here, the name of the fragrance in the middle, and then the size and the concentration at the bottom. This is a EDP, and it comes in a 100 milliliter bottom. The bottom of the box will contain both the batch code, and you'll also note that it says Lalique Beauty. That's important to note because, as it turns out, every single Bentley fragrance falls under the Lalique Beauty portfolio. That means that Lalique Beauty is going to be in charge of both the development as well as the distribution of every single Bentley fragrance. In all honesty, that doesn't come to any surprise because every single Bentley fragrance that I have come across so far has this aura of quality on par with what you would expect from a Lalique fragrance. This is in fact my third Bentley fragrance, and what I can say about each and every fragrance that I own from Bentley is that they all serve a unique utility. For example, Bentley for Men Intense is an awesome winter fragrance, a cheapy beast mode fragrance. I'll admit I don't wear it very often, but I certainly see the appeal, and I can understand why this fragrance has been well received within the community. You also have Bentley for Men Absolute, a fragrance that I quite thoroughly enjoy. It's a masculine cedar fragrance that I have done a full and in-depth review. If that's something you would be interested in, I will leave a marker somewhere up there. And last but not least, the star of this show, an awesome summer fragrance, a hot weather freshie. This one is going to be Bentley for Men Silverlake, which I am now going to continue to talk about. Other than this being an absolute fingerprint magnet, I do enjoy the aesthetics of how this fragrance is crafted. Similar to the box, you are going to have the name of the fragrance right here, the name of the fragrance, well, the name of the company's right here, the name of the fragrance is right here, and then on the bottom there will also be a matching batch code as well. A couple more things I want to point out about this presentation. First and foremost is that although the cap is a heavy metal alloy cap, it does not cling to the bottle. And last but not least, at first glance, it might not seem that you can see through this bottle to the juice level, but if it shines on the light just right enough, you can see the juice level. The bottle is translucent. Again, it's not that important, but I do think it's a nice touch. Notable notes on Bentley Silverlake is going to contain up top both mint as well as lemon. The middle is going to be comprised of pink pepper, lavender, as well as violet leaf, and then the base is going to be dominated by both amberwoods as well as musk. I'm gonna give you a couple sprays, let you know what I smell on this fragrance. Just be aware that the atomizer is very good, but again, I'm not surprised. As far as car manufacturers are concerned, Bentley is top tier, with Mercedes-Benz kind of hovering nearby. Yeah, what I want to say right out the gate is that Bentley Silverlake is an aromatic, floral, spicy fragrance disguised as an aquatic. The reason why I state this is because although it smells of a very similar wheelhouse to Acqua di Gio, there are no aquatic notes actually listed in the breakdown. The star players of this is going to be mint and lemon, and I'm here to say that I think a good majority of people are going to find this opening to be both balanced as well as enjoyable. The lemon does not come across like many of the other summer freshies for hot weather. It's not overly acidic like the pulp of the fruit. Instead, it comes across as smelling like you just picked the lemon from the tree. They didn't overdose on the mint either. It comes across in an herbaceous way, like the actual leaf portion of the plant versus an overly synthetic spearmint toothpaste. This is going to be in conjunction with some aromatic pink pepper, a fair amount to be honest. This is going to work in conjunction with the mint to give it a spicy kick, and it's gonna add some additional freshness overall to the composition. As the fragrance transitions through and into the mid, you are going to start picking up on the floral nuances of the fragrance, primarily in the form of lavender. This lavender is what's going to be contributing to a good portion of the freshness you are experiencing. In my opinion, it's one of the lifeblood notes of this fragrance, and it comes across, to my nose at least, as smelling sweet, slightly powdery, and undeniably floral. Thankfully though, it never gets too heavy because they have this addition of the violet leaf, which works as a supporting note to round out the composition and rear end all the notes so that nothing stands out as being dominant over the other. For those of y'all that are familiar with violet, you know that it creates an ozonic vibe, and that ozonic vibe is present in Bentley Silverlake, and that's why it wears very well for hot weather. I'll be completely honest, I do find this dry down to be slightly synthetic, dare I even say boring. It follows the trend of woody and ambroxan by using notes of amberwoods. It does help the fragrance to project, but it also sits on a very synthetic woody base, and what you're gonna be left with is a clean musk. I have no issues with the musk, and I have no issues with the fragrance. Ultimately, I do think it's a well-crafted fragrance. In terms of performance, I get a solid 8 hours worth of longevity. It ranks exceptionally high as far as freshies are concerned. 8 or 9 sprays, I'm gonna get about 2 hours worth of strong projection, and it's going to last me throughout an entire workday. For that reason, many people are gonna find this to be extremely appealing. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is spray both hands. One of them I will spray with the Senza, and the other one I am going to be spraying with Silverlake. I will let you know how they compare and contrast to each other. Smells great in the air. Okay, they're about 85% there, but there are some key differences. As it relates to Silverlake, it does not have that salty aquatic note that is synonymous with the Acqua di Gio line, and with a Senza, that is present. You're also going to notice that a Senza is quite a bit more herbaceous and peppery. What they did with the Senza was add sage and basil, and although it is slightly green and herbaceous with Silverlake, there is no sage and basil. What you get instead is violet and mint, so it is less green. Ultimately, I think if this one was a flanker of Acqua di Gio, it would be somewhere in the realm between Profumo as well as a Senza. It's kind of like Profumo without the incense note, and it's kind of like a Senza, just a less green version. So at the end of the day, the question is, do I recommend this fragrance? And it's kind of hard to say. If you enjoy the Acqua di Gio line, or you want to experience a Senza on the budget, go ahead and pull the trigger. I do think a good minority of the fragrance community might find this to be a redundant and even boring release, since there are so many scent profiles out there that smell like Acqua di Gio. Ultimately, I think if Acqua di Gio EDP was Bentley Silverlake, I think this whole community would be going crazy right now. But ultimately, I think this is a very solid release. It's not reinventing the wheel here. It's nothing groundbreaking, but it's an amazing fragrance that is fresh, floral, and inoffensive. It's for that reason I do recommend it. I think this is an extremely functional fragrance. Alright, you guys, that's pretty much gonna wrap it up for Bentley Silverlake. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoy fragrance related content, if you found value in this video specifically, I am going to encourage you to subscribe to the channel. Listen, it takes like 2 seconds. Just click the button. It's free dollars. It literally costs you nothing. If you want to be added into the giveaway, 2 things: make sure you're subscribed. I will be checking that, as well as hashtag Silverlake in the comments. Make sure you're subscribed. If we reach it to like 1,030 subscribers here in the next few days, I will go ahead and throw in a Senza as well. That way you can properly compare as well. We have a ton of exciting content coming down the pipe, including an awesome collaboration coming here in the next couple of weeks or so. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Until next time, you guys, y'all take care, stay safe. Bye.